All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're talking about Eric Gordon. This man has a ton of interest on the trade market right now, but apparently the Houston Rockets have actually declined every single trade they've been proposed. But, now that I say that out loud, that's obvious. Otherwise, Eric Gordon would be on a different basketball team. But anyways, guys, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily, where we talk about the Houston Rockets daily. The Rockets are actually playing the Spurs right now. It's not going great. It's not going great. I guess we're only down by 15 points. And I would actually imagine that the Rockets do come back. I don't know if they'll win it, but I would imagine the Rockets do come back in this game. Eric Gordon right now, man, I apologize because I saw a Instagram post earlier today that it was 10 different NBA teams were having scouts come to this game to watch Eric Gordon. And, I know it's probably nothing, but, I wish I could give that account credit. I just can't remember who it was. Don't want to say the wrong name. But yeah, so basically a bunch of different teams are watching Eric Gordon play. They're scouting Eric Gordon tonight. And honestly, it's not going too good so far. Eric Gordon's actually only played about 20 minutes, but he's only got 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting, 0-2 from downtown. Either way, though, I highly, highly doubt Eric Gordon. I highly doubt it would matter. This is a guy who spent about half of the season shooting over 50% from downtown. He's shooting over from 45% from downtown at this current moment. He's putting up about 15 points per game. He's got over 3 assists, which, I know it doesn't seem very high, but it is actually pretty high for Eric Gordon. He's passing the ball very well right now. Also, at the same time, factor in, the Houston Rockets, for the most part, pretty inconsistent team from downtown, just pretty inconsistent team as far as efficiency goes so far this season. So, I'm sure that plays a role, kind of like Cade on the Pistons. Cade would probably have 10 assists per game right now if the Pistons were an elite basketball team. But I guess a bunch of different hypotheticals that are really not tied into the topic of this video. I'm a little worried, like I said, in my recent videos, I have expressed some worry about Eric Gordon, or not Eric Gordon specifically, but about the Houston Rockets possibly not making any moves because, Kelly Iko he comes out tweeting about, Eric Gordon probably won't get traded around the deadline. Christian Wood probably won't get traded around the deadline. And it's well, shoot, why? Rafael Stone, what the hell are you doing? I do think Eric Gordon does not finish his career on the Houston Rockets. I just think that right now, I would imagine most teams, Eric Gordon isn't your number one priority. Acquiring Eric Gordon on a championship contending team, he wouldn't move the needle to all right, if the Lakers traded for Eric Gordon, it's not like the Lakers are automatically winning the championship. If the Lakers trade for Ben Simmons, it's just way more polarizing. So, here's what I think's happening right now. Now that I've done, kind of my due diligence on what's going around the league right now, is, well, guess what? There's been one trade so far? One trade that has gone through in the last couple of weeks. What it looks like right now is it looks like we could possibly be in store for another quiet trade deadline. But what I think is going to happen is here, once that month clicks February and we get much closer to the All-Star break, and obviously the trade deadline's right there, that's when I think you're going to start to see some teams, that's where I really think it's going to be. Teams are going to start getting more aggressive there. That's where I think the aggressive pursuit of guys like Eric Gordon, Terrence Ross, not superstars, not Ben Simmons, I guess is basically what I'm trying to say. So I would imagine a lot of these contending teams are looking at guys like Jeremy Grant, guys like Christian Wood, guys like Ben Simmons. They're looking to see if they can step up, if they could just level up right now, go up multiple levels with one swift trade. It wouldn't be that swift because if it's a superstar, it's probably going to be blockbuster. Probably going to be a 3-team trade. It'll make a lot of headlines. But that's what I think is going to happen with Eric Gordon. The Rockets aren't being blown away right now with offers, but I would imagine that's because teams are very lowballing them right now. I don't think teams are in that desperation mode right now where we're at in the season. There's still 20 days left until the deadline, or there's over 2 weeks until the deadline, and we'll see. So after I really thought about this like for a long time today, it's just, I keep trying to picture it, the Rockets keeping Eric Gordon, and it would just have to be, the reasoning would have to be they don't like any offer they've been given. Because is this the last time you can trade Eric Gordon? Well, not necessarily. What's tough about Eric Gordon is he's got about 1.5 more years left. So he's going to play this season, and then whatever team trades for him is going to get him for a whole nother year. Then he's off of the books. The Houston Rockets, what's tough about the Rockets side of this is they're not desperate. They are not desperate. They're not going to take a second-round pick for Eric Gordon. They're not going to take probably even like a heavily protected first-round pick and just like a bad expiring contract. It's probably not all that enticing to Rafael Stone. He's like, all right, whatever. If that's all you're willing to give me, I'm willing to wait. I'm willing to wait. Can you trade Eric Gordon at the draft? Can you trade him in the offseason? Of course. But just the season Eric is having right now, there is no way, shape, or form when you really kind of, especially when you say it out loud, that a contending team is not going to just try and sweeten up the deal for Rafael Stone and get Eric Gordon on their team. But like I said, I don't think it's going to happen till, honestly, probably like the last week, maybe even the last couple of days before the deadline. That's when teams start to get like really desperate, especially those borderline cusp teams. Those teams who either are about to make the playoffs and they're looking for more depth. But in this particular situation, it's more those cusp championship contending teams that probably just, they're waiting to see what happens around the league, and they're just kind of waiting to see what the market looks like. You guys remember when Jrue Holiday got traded for 3 first-round picks? Like, that's really, like, that changes the market a lot. That changes the market a lot. So that's also another thing you kind of got to keep in consideration is what's the rest of the market looking like? So, as all of you guys can tell, we've had a really quiet trade deadline. Even for rumors, it's just been, like, really quiet. It's like Jeremy Grant today, all right, Russell Westbrook, John Wall swap. It's like just a bunch of ifs, ands, and buts. I guess that's what proposed trades are. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know. It's been a really boring kind of leading up to the trade deadline. So I really hope it starts heating up, man, because this is going to be a crazy season. Like, for all 30 teams, this is going to be a crazy season. Maybe not for us Rocket fans, but I am trying to unload Eric, not from a sense of, let me say this, if Eric Gordon doesn't get traded by the deadline, I don't think I would mind if he retired a Rocket. The thing is he going to retire in a year and a half? Probably not. Probably not. So, I don't know, man. Sticky situations. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. And in fact, I probably won't upload this, obviously the Spurs-Rockets game won't be going on still as you guys are watching this video. It might be a day later. It might be 2 days later because I'm going to Cabo. So I'm trying to get a couple of videos. Damn, they're down by 23 now. Jesus. Look away for 8 minutes. I look away for 8 minutes and they give up 8 points and don't score anything. God damn. All right, guys, that's it for today. Drop some comments down below on Eric Gordon in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later.